everybody out there. Thanks for joining. Cheers. So, here we go. We got some stuff going on. We got Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Not sure, but we got a lot. Hope the audio is okay. You guys. Well, you know what's been interesting is that a lot of us are still working, pushing through, trying to do to-goes, get everything together, take care of our staff, make sure the restaurant, is staying afloat. I mean, what else can we do? Yeah, we hear you, right? Well, I work with some really good people. We worked really hard to get a lot of the stuff situated. At the Honda Center, they were doing some stuff. They gave away food with Second Harvest. Really nice. Henry and Susan are taking care of the staff. So we've been really focused on locking it down, getting everything ready for whatever comes next. And, you know, that's been interesting because, like, from the quarantine side, or safe harbor, whatever the hell we're supposed to be doing, we're all supposed to stay social distance. Well, all the kids are at the house. Has been interesting. So we're a family of 6, 4 kids. We had to get everything situated for distance learning. So I don't know how many of you guys and girls out there fixing everything for your kids to get that schooling from the home going. And for me, I tell you, my oldest and I were trying to get everything streaming, and I tell you what, we didn't have enough bandwidth. We were crushing, like, everything was lagging. So we had to go and upgrade and get a new system. So we lost the Wi-Fi and all that stuff for a day while we tried to get that working. And when I first thought about, okay, here we go. We're going to be at the house for a while. Of course, shortages of toilet paper, paper towels, food, and all that. Oh, Phil's getting shut down for a month. I'm looking at some Instagram comments, and we'll take a look at some of the Facebook comments too as well. But here's the deal. It wasn't going that smoothly. We finally got everybody kind of situated, and man, I thought I was going to do so much more stuff. I'm not going to be racing off to work. So I'm going to work from home, make sure everything's taken care of there. And, you know, I'm going to have a little bit more time. I'm just not going to be driving, and everybody is kind of on the low, right? There's not a lot happening. So I was like, I'm going to do a lot of reading. I'm going to learn how to play the guitar. Yeah, it's going to be great. Play the bass, drums. I'm going to work on my freestyle rap, all that. Got a confession. Haven't done a lot of that. I got at least 2-3 more weeks. Yeah, 2-3 more weeks. I don't know about you guys, but we're used to working all the time, right? Now we take that and we go to this. We're trying to figure it out. Man, my prayers, thoughts, I don't know what we're going to do. Not just from our standpoint. I mean, we'll get along. I've been in the business, Phil, for like 20 plus years. I started out in small restaurants with like 30, 40 seats. And then I got really good at making events for thousands and thousands of people. I used to be the guy that would plan and do the Kentucky Derby with an amazing staff and yada, yada. And now I'm the executive chef director of operations at the Honda Center, where the Anaheim Ducks play. But back to the industry. I'm a little worried. I've posted a lot of stuff on our Instagram, trying to make sure that everybody's checking into it. And I'll share that on our... For those of you that don't follow me on YouTube or Facebook, I'm throwing this up there as well. So we got Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook all going live. Not really sure why I felt like I need to do all three at once, but it's been a while since we all got a chance to talk. I'm glad you're still working Untouchable 3000. I pulled up some resources on the Facebooks. Salty Magazine, I don't know if you guys have it, but it's a great publication. We'll share that. Restaurant Workers Relief Program. I'm going to put links as we go further along into this podcast underneath after it's all said and done. We'll go ahead and say all the links that I put together, you guys will be able to reference. I don't know all the ins and outs. I'm trying to keep up with what everybody's doing. Every chef out there is, posting and trying to sell product, keep it open by a thread. Yeah, I know, JJ. Everybody's getting laid off. Colicchio laid off a bunch of people. The JW Marriott laid off, furloughed 90% of the salaried managers that a buddy of mine works at. He's just throwing that up on my Instagram. Man. It's scary. You know what kills me is that I often talk about how to climb the ladder and how to get to that next level and how much I love the business, but I've never been that far ahead financially. It's not my forte sometimes, Like what I'm good at is being a chef, some of the other stuffs. And in the process, I'm sure a lot of us are in the same boat. Like we thought we had it worked out, and then boom, this thing has shut down. Nobody can go anywhere. I've got a lot of guys that are, giving away free sandwiches. I shared that on my Instagram. I thought that was extremely cool that they were doing that. These guys in South County, Orange County barbecue spot, these guys at Heritage Barbecue, they're giving away, today they were giving away sandwiches, the first 1,100 sandwiches, 2 per car, plus some micheladas. And I got my friend Chris Zorn down the street. Of course, he's like really pushing to go. Marsh Martin. I could pull up hundreds of like different restaurants. Like Michael, it's his birthday down at the Ranch, which is an awesome OC restaurant. They're slinging tons of to-go. And that's cool and everything, but it's all you can do is just to keep it going, right? That's all we're trying to do is just keep it going. And like I've seen a couple of posts, and there's two things before we dive into the catastrophic situation that the restaurant business is in. Let me share a little something with you. My actual versus reality inside this little system. Let me get this string out of here. Sorry about that. Oh, that didn't work, did it? It was driving me crazy. Well, that's what happens on these live shows. You just kind of got to overcome it. You gonna stay there for me? There we go. Oh, it's so much better. It's driving me crazy. So I haven't done anything really excellent besides try to get all this working. And I still can't see your comments on here. It's the widgets are supposed to start coming up, but for some reason, it's not working. Even though I authorized it, it hates me. So I can't see if you guys are commenting, which makes me... Oh, I got some really serious questions, so let me answer this one. Any thoughts on how the undocumented people that can't claim unemployment? Man, there's going to be multiple levels to this, and I think that's one of them that is untouched, right? Like, there's people that aren't going to be able to receive the benefits, and that is coming out. And I haven't even had a chance to really dive into all of the things that it's going to take to get them. My concern is that there's going to be a clause, like all the restaurants that were open, you guys stayed open, so you're not qualified. I don't even know. I haven't even had the chance or the time to really stay on top of it, which has been, it's been hard enough just to keep up with everybody and the family and just checking in and reaching out, making sure everybody's got what they needed. And I feel like I finally got that kind of under control now, where I know what I'll be doing. I mean, there's a couple of things I can say to everybody. Just be kind to each other as much as possible. The other day, a buddy of mine posted, what's up, Matt? Posted the horrific experience he had trying to get toilet paper. And this was in Louisville. And man, he said, that's it. Everybody's down to, you get 2 slices of toilet paper, that's it. Now, we kind of experienced that out here in California a while ago, like a week or so ago, because this is my 6th day. It took me a little while to lock down. Honda Center and get everything together. I mean, plus I get such a damn good staff and a great partner there. So we're a good team. So that was really working out. But now, got the family situated, got neighbors situated, and now I'm just trying to be out there, trying to communicate with everybody, make sure everybody's getting the information they need. All I can say is that we have to support each other through this, and we need to be kind to the people that are out there. I mean, I had some really good conversations about it in the grocery store line, because, those were like 40 minutes long. Some people were really chill. They were like, man, this is really crazy. And then other people were frantic, not polite at all, which is kind of, I hate that. Maybe I have thick skin and I'm used to it, but people, what beer? Today, sorry, Mind Haze IPA. We're just sipping it. It's kind of like a shiftless, well, I haven't done a shift, so it's just a drink in the afternoon. It's the one thing that I think that we should probably really discuss is how can this be positive, right? Well, when I'm home and I get to cook, I like to have a drink and cook and make a lot of food. I was super excited about that. But there's something overwhelmingly depressing about the situation that a lot of us are in. I've been going out and getting food from restaurants that are still open just because we can. And I think that that's important. I think it's important that we try to do that. And I know this is us, right? This is the culinary industry that I'm talking to mostly. There's not a lot of people that don't cook that are watching me. And I think a lot of us are going to be worried about where's that next paycheck coming from. I almost thought about, like in the beginning, I was like, how does ECO give back? How does ECO be a light? And, I saw other companies like putting stuff on sale and trying to keep their people working, and I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't try to capitalize, I guess, off of it in a way where it was like, oh, let's put everything on 30% off so we can generate. And that's not what we're about. What we're about is just trying to support and be that person you can reach out to and ask questions. One of the questions that I got was, hey, chef, hope you're doing well. Hope the family's well. What do you think about what's going to happen next to us? And I said, I don't know. All I know is we can band together and really support each other. So if you're follow me on Facebook or YouTube, you can see that I've popped up this little screen that Tom Colicchio, probably didn't say that. Colicchio? There you go. I don't watch a lot of Top Chef like I should. You guys can call your representative senators. You can use this number. I've seen tons and tons of different chefs share it. Too small to fail. Well, together, we're going to have to get through this. I know we're going to get through it. I know that what we're going to do is make it what we've always been able to do. Now, some, not everybody, but some restaurants have always been able to reinvent themselves. We're entrepreneurs. We're thick-skinned. We overcome. We adapt. And the ones that can adapt can. But, going out of business for 2 months or not having people come through for a month is going to be difficult. I don't know how many people are going to be able to withstand that. It's kind of scary. But I've got restaurants that are changing over to grocery stores. There was a restaurant down the road, Urban Grill, which is a great restaurant. I've been there once, I think, and I really enjoyed it. And they turned into Urban Grill and Grocery. So you can order food so you don't have to stand in line. And then, I have a buddy of mine, he was on our podcast, or not the podcast. I guess it was on Leave It on the Line, Caesar, and he's also doing meal prep and grocery delivery. So this type of keeping the machine oiled and running, it's kind of in our blood for a lot of us. So it's interesting to see how people are adapting. There's a restaurant, I'll see if I can find it real quick, and they went to go, and they were crushing it. They did a fantastic job of orders. They had people lined up. You can see them lined up here. That's a feeling, right? Look at that. Oh, they got music. I didn't notice she had music. That was loud. Anyway, people are driving up. I love it. How's it going for you all? That's my big concern. What's happening? It's one thing to have a plan, and I'm going to share something with you. I had a plan. I was going to do all this cool, crazy stuff. And, I haven't done a lot of it. In fact, I've watched a lot of Netflix. Well, not a lot. Just one. Not just one, but I've tried to watch some other stuff, but last week, I'm kind of ashamed of this. I don't even know how to admit it. All right. So it was the beginning of the stuff going on, and, it was late. It was 6 o'clock. I fed everybody, and we got everybody down, and I don't watch a lot of TV. And, that's just kind of the way I operate. I'm always tinkering with stuff, and I'm always just trying to figure out what's next. And, it was late. It was 6 o'clock. And Gina goes, that's my wife. She goes, oh, good. A lot of people are telling me on Instagram they're having a blast and they're volunteering at homeless shelters. Well, it took me a week to get my kids situated with distant learning, and we had to rebuild our Wi-Fi in the house. All right, so I'm so embarrassed. So Gina's like, hey, why don't we watch something on Netflix? I'm like, sure. And she's like, oh, I've always wanted to watch this show. I heard it's really good. All right. You guys watched Love is Blind? Yeah. Yeah. I watched all of it, all at once. We didn't even turn it off. Yep. I sat there on the couch. It was like the first time that I've sat on the couch and done nothing, I guess, forever. And my body's like, hey, this is pretty cool. And I watched all the episodes, all of them. It's like a train wreck that you can't stop watching. It's like they don't know each other. They can't see each other. And Gina and I sat there till like 3:30, 4 in the morning. Watched the whole damn thing. For those of you just jumping on, that was my confession that I watched Love is Blind, all of it. Yep. I'm so sorry. I feel really, couldn't stop. I just like, okay, this is really awesome. I'm just going to keep. Next episode, oh my God, what's going to happen? So, we got that going for us. Thanks, Dana. I got Instagram looking out for me. All right, on Facebook, I got a quick question. All right, Dan Breeden asked me on Facebook, do you think the government's bailout will be a joke or will it actually keep us afloat? I have no idea. I think that there's a lot of swirl and stuff going on. I don't know if you have to have closed completely. I'm worried that it's going to be a 5,000-page document that people are going to expect chefs to read or the restaurant workers to read. I'm not real sure. I hope and pray that it's something that keeps us rolling. We donated, yes, Chef Boydie. We donated a lot of our product to a company, or not a company, but a group called Waste Not OC. And they do a lot of work inside Orange County, making people realize that you can not get in trouble for donating food. Hopefully I hear from them today. We got some stuff that we're going to try to help with. You can reach out to different communities. We're in Southern California, so this is our people for Orange County. There's Second Harvest. There's all sorts of stuff. All you got to do is just hit the internet and start looking. My thing is that I thought I would get so much more done at home. I thought I would be on it, and I think I'm still processing all the stuff that's going on, and that's okay, right? I know that there's a lot of people that are freaking out, and it's really like, how am I going to do this? And then there's people that are like full steam ahead, and I love that. You got to get after it as best as you can. Oh, it's only been a week. That's the other thing. It feels like it's been like 2, you know? I know for most of us, Gina just popped her head in. She's like, it's only been a week. It only took us 10 hours to watch the entire Love is Blind. So there you go. It's a great show. It's like a train wreck. When you guys, there's something that I want to ask you, and I hope that the people that are on, or you can hit me up on YouTube, which I'll pull up. Somebody sent me a message. I'm not going to say who. And asked, did I think it was okay that people were, now these are people that are really high in the industry, did a good job, made a lot of money, and they're asking for assistance through GoFundMe or help us out. And it was like, are you kidding me? That's what there's, what do I feel about it? And for me, I don't know. That's a little bit much for me. It makes me question how I feel about it. That's a little bit much for me. Hold on. Makes me question. There we go. Should the celebrity chefs, well, it was for the employees and the restaurant. Somebody's asking on Instagram. What do you think? You guys think that it's okay? I don't know. It makes me wonder. It makes me wonder if I know what I would try to do, but that's me sitting in my garage talking to you guys over a cheap webcam and trying to make everything work. It's so tough. But if you've already made it, and their take was they were upset, and I think they wanted somebody else to voice the opinion with them. I get it. It definitely struck a chord. Oh, this question was, Pretty Happy Chef just asked, the question was, is it okay for celebrity-ish chefs that made a great deal of money or have a super high-end restaurant to ask for a GoFundMe to take care of their staff, or should they take care of the staff? That's the question. Like, if you're a millionaire or you're doing really, really well, should you be paying for it, or you should be asking the public to pay for it? And the public is almost in the same boat as you. And I think it was coming from a place where there's a chef and they want to make a difference for their staff, and they're doing everything they can, and they don't feel like they have as much reach as others might. And here they are saying, can you help us out? You know, support my restaurant workers. I'm nobody without them. And he feels the same, but he or she feels the same, but he's working 30 hours a day trying to do to-go meals and do whatever he can to keep the place open. And he knows that if he tried to do a GoFundMe, it's not going to be any different than the guy down the street or the girl down the street, because we're all kind of in this together, except for this person has like a gazillion followers. I don't know. What do you think? Facebook? YouTube? Anybody? Is that good or bad? I got a problem. Yeah. I mean, at least some of the people. Yeah, okay, Santos. I agree. If they ask for help, it should be for the employees only. I totally agree with that. I'm just wondering, is it exactly what they need to be doing? I don't know. I mean, you know what? The last thing I want to do is start passing judgment. I really just wanted to check in and say, this has been 7 days. It's the beginning. I think we have a couple of more weeks in California before the kids go back to school, at least. And, okay, Pretty Happy Chef on Instagram says this is wrong. I know a chef who's doing this in New York. Probably the same chef. Maybe. I don't know. I do know that the ones that are going to suffer the most are the ones that chefs like I or others stand on the shoulders of. It's going to be the line cooks, the dishwashers, the bartenders, the servers, the people that are thousands and thousands are trying to apply for unemployment. Yeah, everyone's strapped. I would agree with that. Untouchable, 3,000. Like, everybody is looking for that next, what is going to happen. I don't know. But what I can tell you is that we have to look out for each other. And if we don't, no one else will. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you can follow me on YouTube or Facebook. You'll see a lot of the links that I've been sharing. I wanted to show you the one James Beard just launched. Before we move on, you can go to their Instagram. You can click on their donate, join, reserve. Okay? I haven't got a chance to read this. I was pulling up a different link and it popped up. So this is something we could check out, look into. The one that I really wanted to share with everybody that I thought would give us the best base of knowledge was the National Restaurant Associations. They've got the Coronavirus Information and Resources page. You guys can see it. It's restaurant.org COVID-19. The earphones I was getting a double echo. Hope I'm not lagging too bad for you guys out there. This is what I want to say before you go. Hit these resources, see if they help, and let me know. I've been trying to share things. This is Untouchable 3000 on Instagram. I've been trying to share as much as I can about people sharing or doing to-go foods as I can. I've sent some people that I know that did not get to the grocery stores in time for some restaurants that have the grocery. That's been really a good help. I'm thinking about ordering some of that. And tomorrow, Monday, we're going to start picking a restaurant, I think, if everything goes well, if they're still open, and let them kind of buy a little meal. Chef Tiny's telling me on YouTube, it's the slow season for him. It still hurts to close down, but it's not as bad. I wonder where he is, because it's definitely not this. It's everybody's slow season. Here's something. And, I'm just a guy that loves this business. I've always really... Oh, northern Wisconsin. Yeah, your shit's slow. You closed down, bro. It's cold up there. Here's my thought. I do want to hear from you guys. Hit me up on the DM, Instagram, YouTube, comment, Facebook. Doesn't matter. Want to hear from you. Also, I got people asking me about their opinion on what others are doing. And here's my deal. All I've got is the people that follow us. Most of us are in this. Most of us are in the same boat. Like, we're all trying to figure out what's next. Wouldn't it be great if all the celebrity chefs that had a huge reach band together to help all restaurant staff? Not just their employees? I don't know. I try to use my platform as best as I can for us. I don't have a lot of people that follow me that don't do this for a living. I don't. For some reason, I've always skirted that outside of. I know a lot of people that do it, that are on the TV or whatever. But I'm not that big a deal. I just wish people that were a super big deal actually jumped in and band together and did something. Well, that's my thought. Hey, Robbie, I can turn it up a little bit. Anyway, hey, Jessica. What do you think? They should band together, be a voice for everybody? I hope so. We're only 7 days in. What happens after that? I know the only thing we can do is help each other. With that being said, figure out how you can help each other, whether it's sharing each other's stuff that's on Instagram and getting it out there, or whether it's talking to each other, just being there for a resource, trying to be kind. And I guess in the beginning, I was telling everybody how little and I have been able to accomplish in such a short amount of time. Gina was kind enough to tell me it's only been 7 days. Here's the deal. Everybody needs to relax, take a moment to chill, take the time to regroup. And, I was listening to someone that was on a podcast recently. He was talking about keeping your world small. And that's how you get through major challenges. I'll see if I can post that link to that. It was Andy Stumpf, and he was talking to Joe Rogan about SEAL training. And he said the best thing he ever did was keep his world small. And I was like, man, I've done that so many times. It's like when you start to fall into the weeds or the event gets bigger than you and you don't know how to get through it, and you then have to break off smaller chunks of it. It's not about eating the whole pie, it's eating it piece by piece. And, take this time to shrink things down, take a breather, say, okay, we're going to get through this, we're going to figure it out. Don't allow yourself to get overwhelmed. If you do, try to find somebody you can chat with. And, don't apply everybody else's social media plan to your life. Like, I was super disappointed the fact that I haven't learned how to play the bass, the piano, the drums, and my freestyle rap hasn't taken off yet. I'm also working on a cookbook and a novel, all that kind of stuff. But it's only been 7 days. Maybe I just need to shrink my world and try to enjoy as much of this as I can, or just be in the moment. And that's my hardest thing, right? I'm always so busy, I don't know how to be in the moment, and now it's just forcing me to be. Well, I'm not going to say that I'm not going to watch another show like Love is Blind. Maybe I won't binge watch it. But, I think the humor in this is that there's a difference between, Joe Deasy, divide and conquer, split it up. I just want you guys to be okay. And I know that the only thing that I can do is jump on here every now and again and just check and say, hey, what's going on? We'll do some Instagram. Maybe we'll do some YouTubes. We'll do some Facebook. I spent most of the morning trying to get it all to work. Yeah. But it's my opportunity to talk to every last one of you as much as possible and say, hey, I'm here. I don't have a lot, but an ear or Instagram handle or YouTube, Snapchat, whatever you want to do, and just let me know. What is your restaurant doing that's keeping you guys afloat? And maybe I'll share it, and somebody else can learn from what you're doing. Right now I've got meal prep, grocery store, meal delivery, to go. You know how it is. Like, we're all just trying to manage through it. The tough part is that there's a world of servers out there, and I know that most of you guys that follow me are cooks and stuff, but there's a world of servers out there that are used to living off tips, and there's none of that. It's definitely going to be an interesting time. That's all I can say. It's kind of cool, though, because I don't know if it's kind of cool, but what it's allowed me to do is take a moment to breathe and realize that I'm extremely blessed. I got a good family. I got a good job for now. And, well, everybody's okay, right? You still have your health. I just wish that my platform was bigger, that I could actually make a huge difference for everybody. So maybe we need to reach out to those celebrity chefs and ask them, hey, what are you going to do next? I did see that 3 chefs are getting together in LA, and they're going to do to-go food, and they had some clout. I think Aaron Sanchez was one of them. I'll try to put a link to that. I mean, if I can get it to work. I've had quite the day with the audio. I've had somebody ask me to turn it up. I hope it's better. Yeah, a lot more of your kids, right? I agree. I'm seeing a lot more of my kids. That's sometimes we forget the little part, that we did it because we loved it. Okay, I got someone from Spain that's saying that they're going to be closed now and home for 9 days now. Yeah, I'm on 7. That's part of it, right? You guys, well, Jersey's on lockdown, Orange County's on lockdown, New York's on lockdown, Illinois' on lockdown, Florida closed the bars, but, you know, you can't stop spring breakers. Remember those days? Anyway. Yeah, somebody should write that book, Chef Tiny, on YouTube. I got a comment. It said we should write a book. A chef should write a book on how the life of a chef has changed from the old school to the new chefs. How going up the ranks in the life between us and the real world. How the life difference between us and the real world. Dude, in the past 20 years, it's been completely different. And then 15 in between it, you know, like in the last 6, it's a completely different world. Look at me. I'm talking to, you know, a couple of hundred people trying over 3 different platforms, just talking about where we are. Yeah, that is a good idea. There's a lot of people are saying they're working on it. Good for you guys. I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm hopefully going to have it finished before the end of this, but we'll see. I'm not going to hold myself to any standard. I guess that's what I want to say. In a long-winded way, well, I mean, you guys don't have much going on anyway, right? Some people are doing to-go meals. In a long-winded way, don't hold yourself to any standard but yours. Just be sure it's a good standard. And, like, don't shoot too high. Allow yourself to breathe. Allow the moment to spend some time with your kids. Allow them. Reach out to people you haven't talked to in a while. Just check in with them. Say, hey, what's going on? Use this time as wisely as you can, because I promise you, when we come back and everybody can go out, we're going to be complaining that we're working too much again. Remember that perspective. Remember those cooks that always complain that they were working too much, and then that they weren't working enough, and then when you tried to get them to come in, they were like, it's too much. There's all of that. Hell, I was like that as a line cook sometimes. It's like, man, I just need a little bit more time. Take your time. Do what you need to do. Take care of yourself. And until next time, I guess it's time for me to sign off. We've been knocking here for me, rocking for like 26, 30 minutes or something. I appreciate you guys making comments on Facebook. We're going to try to do a couple of more of these a little bit more often now that I finally got it figured out. And you guys can let me know if the audio's right or bad. Let me know what I need to improve on. That'd be super helpful. Just really appreciate all you jumping on. Until next time, cheers and cheers. Good stuff. You guys let me know what you need.